place team
Braden Kennedy and Quinton Olshan
taking on the
for the opening
team,
face-off.
the Norwich
It's won back by Olshan. Nazalillo, a quick shot is turned aside,
ready to go. We'll meet our
Generals
starting
wearing their
lineups
home
in a
white
moment,
uniforms,
but first
white helmets,
Braden Kennedy
jerseys,
and Quinton
socks with blue pants.
Olshan lead in
They're
for the
going
opening
right to left across
face-off.
your screen. They
It's
start
won back
with
by
the
first
first
forward line.
Nazalillo, a quick
Nazalillo.
shot is turned
And
aside,
Feinberg, centered by
the Generals
Braden
wearing
Kennedy
their home white uniforms,
with
white
Mac
helmets,
Reed
jerseys,
and Davis Kinney on
socks
defense.
with
A
blue
shot
pants.
from
They're going right to
Feinberg
left
goes
across
high
your
off
screen.
the
They
glass.
start
Feinberg
with the first
back
forward
in a
line.
Generals
Nazalillo.
uniform. He started the
And
season
Feinberg
in the
centered
NAHL
by
with
Braden
the
Kennedy.
Gens top team here
With
in
Mac
Attleboro
Reed
after
and
a short
Davis
break.
Kinney
He's
on
back
defense. A
now
shot
with the
from
NA3 team.
Feinberg.
Here's Davis
goes
Kinney
high
on the
glass.
regroup
Feinberg
with Mac Reed.
back in a
Up through
Generals
the middle of
uniform.
the
He
ice.
started
It
the
goes
season
off of
in
Kennedy's
the
skate
NAHL
and
with
taken
the
back by
Gens
Sean
top
Loftus
team here in
before it's
Attleboro
sent
after a
towards
short
the
break.
Generals
He's
end of the
back
ice.
now with
Ian
the
Kangas
NA3 team. Here's
making
Davis
his first
Kinney on the
save
regroup
of the
with
day.
Mac Reed. Up through the middle of the ice.
Kenny
It goes
plays around
off
to
of
the
Kennedy's
near
side
skate
of the wall.
and
Taken back by Sean Loftus before
Mac
it's
Reed,
sent
turnover.
towards the Generals end of the ice.
Taken back.
Ian Kangas making his
IAC
first save
captain,
of the
that's
day.
Jacob Begich.
Kenny plays around to the near
Long
side
shot
of the
from
wall.
19. That's Brian Essing.
Mac Reed, turnover.
Essing missed the net.
Taken back
Davis Kinney chases
IAC
into the far
captain. That's
side
Jacob
corner.
Begich. Long shot from 19. That's Brian Essing.
On the side of the net, held on to
Essing
by
missed the net.
netminder.
Davis Kinney
in
chases
white. That's
into
Ian
the
Kangas,
far side corner.
2003 birth year out of Virginia, Minnesota.
On the side of the net, held on to by the netminder in white. That's Ian Kangas, the
So the face-off will be
2003 birth
inside
year
the Generals
out of
zone. They
Virginia,
started out
Minnesota.
pretty on fire. But now they have to make their way back up the ice. Here's Caden Hess. Hess through the middle.
So the
Back
face-off
in the
will be
lineup. He had a
inside the
shoulder
Generals
injury
zone. They
earlier
started
this
out
season
pretty
that
on fire.
many thought would keep him out of the lineup for an extended period of time.
Now they have to make their way back
the
up
Gens,
the ice.
I'm
Here's
sure, are
Caden
happy
Hess.
to
Hess
see
through the middle.
one of their
Back in
captains
the lineup.
back
He
in
had
the
a
lineup.
shoulder
He's actually
injury
going
earlier
to
this
represent
season
the team.
Many
the
thought would
NA3HL
keep him out of the lineup
prospect
for an extended
showcase.
period of time.
Early in
The
February,
Gens,
February 6th
I'm sure, are
and
happy
7th.
to see
It's Hess
one of their
with
captains
Nazalillo,
back in the lineup. He's actually
Kennedy,
going to represent the team.
Mac Reed
at
and
the
Ian
NA3HL's
Kangas.
top prospect showcase.
That's a lock, brother.
Early in
Owen
February,
Locke,
February
setting it
6th
off
and
the wall,
7th.
taken back
It's
by
Hess
the
with
player wearing
Nazalillo,
12, Begich.
Kennedy,
A shot onto Kangas.
Mac
is
Reed
turned
and
aside.
Ian Kangas. That's a lock,
I'll also
brother.
be there.
Owen Locke sending
Alongside
it off
Daryl
the
Locke.
wall.
Daryl
Taken
Locke, the
back
head coach
by
of the East Division
player
team.
wearing
Nolan
12,
Zotter, shot
Begich.
on net.
Shot
Rebound is
onto
loose and pushed to the
Kangas is turned
outside.
aside.
And then myself and Zach McGinnis are the
I'll also
voices
be there
of the NA3HL
alongside Daryl Locke.
top
Daryl Locke, the
prospect
head coach of
showcase
the East
this
Division
season.
team. Nolan Zotter, shot
For
on net. Rebound is loose and pushed to the outside.
McGinnis.
And then myself and Zach McGinnis.
He is in his
are
second
the
season
voices
doing the
of the
top prospect
NA3HL
showcase. He's
top
the reigning
prospect showcase
NA3HL
this season.
broadcaster of the year. And he gets the honor of
McGinnis.
calling the premier
He is in
in-season
his second season
event
doing the top
from a bunch
prospect
of scouts.
showcase. He's the reigning
Whistle's blown.
NA3HL
A hand
broadcaster
pass is
of the
called
year.
against the Generals.
And he gets the honor of calling
And the
the
face-off will come
premier
into
in-season
the neutral zone.
event from a bunch of scouts. Whistle is blown. A hand pass is called against the Generals.
Couple games going on around the NA3HL.
And the
When I say a
face-off
couple,
will
I mean a
come
lot. We'll
into
talk about them
the neutral
again
zone
in a moment. First, a neutral zone face-off just outside the zone of the Norwich
Couple
Sea
games
Captains.
going on
it's won
around the
back by the
NA3HL.
Generals.
When I say a
Christoph
couple, I mean a
Karpati
lot.
looked to
We'll
go
talk about
up
them
the far side.
in a
Was
moment.
unable to.
First, a neutral zone
Now on the
face-off
near
just
side.
outside the
Coming back
the
zone
other
of
way is
the Norwich
Sava
Sea Captains.
Makarenko,
It's
an
won back
overtime
by
winner
the Generals.
in
Christoph
Danbury
Karpati
last
looked to be
week.
featured
Up
on
the
the
far side, was
NA3HL
unable to.
social
Now on
media
the near
accounts. This
side.
time a shot from Loftus gets blocked
Coming
in
back
front
the
by
other
Logan
way
Brown.
is Sava
Now behind
Makarenko,
the
an
net is Chris
overtime winner
Hamilton.
in
Pushed off
Danbury last
possession.
week. Featured
And
on
there
the
to make the save is Ian
NA3HL
Kangas.
social media accounts. This time a shot from Loftus gets blocked in front by Logan Brown.
16:47 to
Now
go in
behind
this
the net
first
is
period.
Chris
Just
Hamilton.
about started.
Pushed off
3
possession.
20-minute periods.
And then there to make the
in the
save is Ian
NA3HL with an
Kangas.
intermission and ice cut between all three. Chris Hamilton leans into the draw for
16:47 to go in this first
Norwich,
period. Just
across
about
from
started.
Michael Locke
3
for
20-minute periods
Northeast.
in the
Now here come the
NA3HL
Generals
with an
out of their
intermission
zone.
and
Davis
ice
Kinney
cut
to the near
between
side
all
for his
three.
defensive partner and Mac
Chris
Reed.
Hamilton leans
Reed
into the
couldn't
draw
catch the
for
pass cleanly, and now here comes
Norwich
Loftus.
across from Michael Locke for
Loftus.
Northeast.
Can't get it
Now
in the
here
zone.
come the
Now
Generals
he
out of their
dives on the
zone.
far
Davis
side.
Kinney to the near
Davis
side
Kinney
for his defensive partner and Mac Reed. Reed couldn't
Kinney
catch the
for
pass
Reed.
cleanly, and now
Goes
here comes
awry. Now
Loftus.
Kinney has to go back for it.
Loftus.
Pressured by a pair of Sea
Can't get it in
Captains.
the
Reed
zone.
comes
Now
in to
he
help
does
out
on the far
Nazalillo.
side. Davis
High in the
Kinney.
air, sends it down the ice. Braden Kennedy racing
Kinney
for
for
possession.
Reed.
goes
the
awry.
defenseman
Now
Eric
Kaniaskis
Massengill
picks
for
it up.
Pressured by a pair of C-captains. Reed comes in to help
Play
out.
staying
As a little
inside the
high in the
Norwich
air,
zone,
sends it
and
down
it's
the
held
ice.
on
Braden
to.
Kennedy
racing for possession.
For the whistle.
While the
Starting
defenseman
goal
Eric
for the
Massengill
Sea
picks it
Captains
up
today. The 2002 birth year out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. That's Brendan
Pellerito,
Pellerito.
Norwich zone, and it's held on to.
The Village. He started a whole bunch of the Sea Captains games
goal for the
against the
Sea
Captains today. The 2002
Michael
birth year out of
in for the
Kalamazoo,
draw
Michigan.
for the
That's
Generals.
Brendan Pellerito.
Olshan
Familiar
for the
face
Sea
here
Captains.
in the Village.
pushed
He
it
started
forward.
a whole
Here
bunch
comes
of
Guy.
the Sea Captains games
Guy
against
looking
the
to
Gents.
get ahead of the ice, is unable
Michael
to. He's shut
Laughlin's
down
in
by
for
the
the draw
Generals,
for
and now
the
back
Generals.
for possession.
Olshan
is the
for
defenseman
the
wearing
Sea
17,
Captains.
Mike Arsenault.
Olshan pushed it forward. Here
Arsenault, the
comes
near
Guy.
side, looking for a
Guy looking
cutting
to get
player. Henry
ahead of the ice.
Wilson
Is unable
wearing
to. Shut down by the Generals, and now back for
a couple
possession.
of new faces
Is the defenseman wearing
for the
17,
Gens
Mike
NA3
Arsenault.
team, including Henry
Arsenault,
Wilson.
the near
Demar
side,
McCoy
looking
spent a little bit
for
of
a
time in
cutting
Aberdeen.
player. Henry
in the
Wilson.
NAHL,
Wilson
while
wearing
his
23 and
netminding
white.
partner.
A couple of new faces for
And
the
Ian
Gens
King
NA3
turns
team,
aside a
including
shot.
Henry Wilson. Demar McCoy spent a little bit of time in Aberdeen in the NAHL, while his netminding partner and Ian Kangas turns aside a shot.
Face off, one back by the Generals. Pushed ahead into the offensive end. Gabe Capo on the ice with
Face
Sean
off, one
Gorman,
back by
Christoph
the Generals.
Carpati, Nolan Zotter, and Logan Brown. Carpati, the defenseman, joining the rush in the offensive zone.
Pushed ahead into the offensive
applying
end.
the forecheck. Zotter on
Gabe
the far
Capo
side
on the ice
can't
with
cause
Sean
the turnover.
Gorman,
Back the other way
Christoph
coming
Carpati,
Essing.
Nolan Zotter,
Essing
and
into
Logan
the
Brown.
slot.
Carpati,
Zotter knocks it away.
the defenseman
Capo on
joining
the
the
far
rush in the
side.
offensive
Looks to
zone.
clear
Capo
his zone. Mazur
applying the forecheck.
pushes
Zotter
it ahead.
on the far
And now
side
Essing
can't
sends it
cause
back to
the
the Generals
turnover.
zone.
Back the
Logan
other way
Brown
coming
plays it
Essing.
ahead. Sean
Essing
Gorman
into the slot.
Gorman to
Zotter
the near
knocks it away.
side
Capo
corner.
on the far side looks to clear his zone. Mazur
goes to the far side, leaves
leaves
for
for
Zotter.
Zotter.
Zotter
And now
wrapping
Essing
it
sends it back
around.
to the General zone.
Can't get a
Logan
shot
Brown
off,
plays it
and
ahead. Sean
the Jets
Gorman
will switch up their units.
Gorman
as
to
the
the
puck
near
goes down
side
to their end.
corner.
Sean Gorman staying on the ice for the stretch pass.
Goes to the
to
far
get the
side,
puck
leaves
deep.
for Zotter.
He will.
Zotter
He
wrapping
leaves it
it
off for
around.
John DCO.
Can't get a
DCO
shot
goes
off,
down.
and
The puck
Jets
goes
will
back
switch
to
up their
neutral zone.
units as
Gorman.
the puck goes
and I
down
had
to
a
their
bet
end.
from
Sean
last
Gorman
night's
staying on the
Giants
ice
Eagles game.
for the stretch pass.
The Giants
to get
won.
the puck
Gorman would have
deep.
shown up
He will.
today's game
He leaves it
wearing
off for
the
John DCO.
Saquon
DCO
Barkley
goes
jersey
down.
I own.
The puck goes back to the neutral zone. Gorman,
because the
and I had
Eagles
a bet
won,
from last night's
I'm
Giants
currently
Eagles
wearing
game.
Gorman's
the Giants
Carson
won.
Wentz
Gorman would have
Eagles
shown up
jersey,
today's game wearing the
apparently it's not a real
Saquon
Eagles
Barkley
jersey
I own.
to Kevin Cunningham. He said
And
I should
because
burn
the
it.
Eagles
I said, I
won,
don't think Sean Gorman
I'm
would
currently
appreciate
wearing
that very much if I burned his
Gorman's
jersey.
Carson Wentz
Mac
Eagles
Reed
jersey, which
to the near side.
apparently is
Up
not
the
a real
wall
Eagles jersey.
for Micaiah Bascom.
To Kevin Cunningham,
And
he
makes
said
way to
I
the
should
neutral
burn
zone,
it.
where it's
I
picked
said, I don't
back up
think
by
Sean
Daryl
Gorman
Smith.
would appreciate
Net
that
by
very much if I
Bascom.
burned his jersey.
Bascom lays a hit.
Mac
3
Reed
on 1
to the near
side.
side.
Feinberg
Up the
backdoor
wall
missed the net
for
was
Micaiah
Braden Kennedy.
Bascom.
Great
And makes
opportunity
his way to the neutral
for
zone
the
where it's
Generals.
picked back up by Daryl Smith. Net by
Now up top,
Bascom.
Davis
Bascom
Kinney.
lays a hit. 3 on 1. Near side Feinberg backdoor missed the net was Braden Kennedy. Great opportunity for the
Bascom
Generals.
up top. Long shot redirected in front.
Now up top,
Rebound
Davis
still
Kinney.
loose. Braden Kennedy tried hammering it home. Now it goes back for Kinney. Here's Reed. Reed, a shot blocked down.
Bascom up top. Long shot redirected
back
in
up
front.
the wall.
Rebound
Kennedy
still
controls.
loose.
They've got Feinberg.
Braden Kennedy
with
tried
them
hammering
down
it
as
home.
Lolo
Now it
takes
goes
the
back
ice.
for Kinney.
Up top to
Here's
Reed.
Reed,
far
a
side
shot
wall.
blocked
Up
down.
towards the blue line. Down for Feinberg. Up top.
And it comes
Mac
back
Reed.
up the wall.
Reed holds,
Kennedy
fires.
controls. They've
Into
got
the glove of the
Feinberg
netminder.
with them. Now Nazalillo takes
And
the ice.
whistle is
up
blown
top to
for the
Reed.
stoppage.
Reed, far side wall.
Let's take
up
a
towards
look
the blue line. Down
at
for
that
Feinberg. Up
replay.
top, Mac Reed. Reed holds,
On the
fires.
University
Into the glove of the
Orthopedics
netminder.
replay. Good opportunity
And
for the
whistle
Jets.
is blown for
Braden
the
Kennedy
stoppage.
just couldn't hone the sights
Let's
in.
take a look at that
Face-off
replay
inside on the Sea Captain
University
zone.
Orthopedics replay. Good opportunity for the Gens. But Braden Kennedy just couldn't
Braden
hone the
Kennedy
sights
took
in.
it for the Gens, though it was won by the Sea Captains.
face-off
and
inside
Owen Locke
the
has to go back to retrieve.
Sea Captain zone. Braden Kennedy took it for the Gens, though it was won by the Sea
Gonzala put
Captains.
a shot
and
into the
Owen
slot,
Locke has to
though
go
it
back
got
to
blocked
retrieve.
down. Here comes Phil Feinberg once more. Picked up by Kennedy, played up towards
Gonzala put a
Arsenault. Mike
shot into the
Arsenault steps
slot,
in,
though it
doesn't
got
pull the
blocked
trigger.
down. Here comes
Has to retreat back to the blue line. Now the
Phil
neutral
Feinberg
zone.
once more.
Owen Locke shading over. Comes in to help out. Gains
Picked
possession.
up by
sends
Kennedy,
it
played
all
up
the way
towards
up for
Arsenault. Mike
Feinberg.
Arsenault
Now
steps
here's
in,
Braden
doesn't
Kennedy.
pull the trigger. Has to retreat back to the blue line. Now the
near side for
neutral zone.
Nazalillo. Matthew
Owen
Nazalillo
Locke shading
avoids
over.
contact and
Comes in to
sends the
help
puck
out.
deep
Gains
into the Norwich
possession,
zone
sends
and
it
gets off for
all the way
change.
up for
Caden Hess
Feinberg.
back
Now
on
here's
with Michael
Braden Kennedy.
Locke. and Henry Wilson.
Kennedy
Puck goes
near
into
side
the
for Nuzzolillo.
middle of the
Matthew
ice
Nuzzolillo
for Owen
avoids
Locke.
contact.
Now Mike Arsenault on the
Sends the puck
regroup.
deep into the Norwich
Pushed
zone
up
and gets
the
off
near
for a
side.
change. Caden Hess back on with Michael Locke and Henry Wilson.
Sent back in,
Puck
doing
goes
the
into
honors
the
was Quinton
middle of the
Olshan.
ice for Owen Locke. Now Mike Arsenault on the regroup. Pushed up the
Here
near
comes
side.
Henry Wilson. Up the far side, Wilson with speed. Wilson
Sent back
poked off
in,
possession.
doing the honors
Has
was
sent it
Quinton
back down
Olshan.
into the corner. Back to the far
Here
side.
comes
Now
Henry
the
Wilson.
defenseman
Up
Tim
the far
Hayden
side,
with it
behind
Wilson
the
with
net,
speed.
pressured
by Michael Locke. Picked
Wilson
back
poked
up by
off possession.
Olshan.
Has sent it back down
Carpati
into the
can't
corner.
keep it in the zone. Logan Brown to the near side for Hess. Here come the
Back to the
Generals.
far
It's sent
side.
in by
Now the
Hess.
defenseman
Far
Tim Hayden
side
with it
corner
behind the
delayed
net,
offside.
pressured by Michael Locke.
Allows
Picked
Tim
back
Hayden
up
a
by
chance to
Olshan.
catch his
Carpati
breath
can't
and
keep
send
it
the
in the
puck to the
zone.
near
Logan
side
Brown,
where
was
it's
picked
picked up
up
by
by
Hess.
Hess.
Here
Collision
comes the
in the
Generals.
neutral
It's
zone.
sent
Guy
in
was
by
going
Hess.
down, and Logan
Far
Brown
side
helped him
corner
out with his
delayed
effort.
offsides.
And now Henry
Allows
Wilson
Tim
lays a
Hayden
hit
a
on to
chance
Goodman.
before the puck gets
Catches
sent down
breath
the
and
ice.
send the puck to the near side where it's
And
picked up
icing
by
is
Guy.
called.
Collision in the neutral zone. Guy was going down, and Logan Brown helped him out with his effort. And now Henry Wilson lays a hit on to Goodman before the puck gets sent down the ice. And icing is called.
So the face-off inside the Gen zone. To the blocker's side of Ian Kangas. Gorman will take it against Brian Essing. And Gorman is sent to the bench. So Braden Kennedy comes on to take it. And it's won back by Essing. Hayden a shot. Save made by Kangas. Comes to the near side. Carpati plays it around. Into the corner. Logan Brown. Up towards Caden Hess. Kangas has to leave it off, and a couple players come together, and delayed penalties turn into coincidental minors. It's Hayden and Wilson who will both go sit in the box. So the faceoff will come back into the general zone. 2-minute minors for Hayden and Wilson. And we'll play some 4-on-4 hockey. Feinberg to take the draw, wins it to Kinney on the far side. Kinney with speed up the ice. Fires a shot wide of the cage. Nuzzolillo can't keep it in. Reed can't either. Weird bounce off the glass. And Reed has to go all the way back for possession. Into the slot it goes. Mac Reed looking for Feinberg. Good defensive play by Brian Essing. And it's sent back into the general zone for Davis Kinney to receive. All the way down to the Gens bench. Wilson there. Make that Feinberg wearing 43 in white. Now Kinney leaves for Reed. Reed cuts to the near side, goes down to the ice, delayed penalty. The Gens will go on a power play once the Sea Captains touch up. They do. And it's a tripping penalty. With 1:11 left on the initial penalties. Sea Captain's penalty assessed to number 11, Daryl Smith. 2 minutes for tripping. That's Norwich penalty, Daryl Smith. 2 minutes for tripping. So the Gens a 4-on-3 power play. Good opportunity to break this scoreless tie. Zotter in the faceoff circle. Rather off the faceoff, finds Owen Locke. Redirected in front. There's Michael Locke, loose puck. And finally it's whistled down. A little bit of double duty action for me tonight. I'm PA announcing and calling the game at once. So if there's ever a pause. I'm just doing my other duty. I'm also playing music in the arena too, so lots of duties for me today. Braden Kennedy up to Nolan Zotter. Zotter, middle of the blue line to the near side. Nolan Zotter holds, fires, blocked down by Mazur. Kept in by Kennedy, tapped ahead to Zotter. Zotter to Kennedy. Kennedy down low, finds Michael Locke. Back up in front, up to his brother Owen on the far side wall, and Mazur can't get it out. Glove down by Kennedy. Kennedy circling around, leaves it off. Owen Locke near side, Nolan Zotter. Zotter trying to find Kennedy, unable to, and it's sent down the ice. And Norwich executes a change. So here comes Owen Locke for Matthew Nuzzolillo. Sent back down once more. Kangas out of his crease to play it. 3 seconds remaining on the initial penalties. Now it's a 5-on-4 power play for the Generals. Here comes Nuzzolillo with speed into the near side corner. Played down the ice. Caden Hess has to retrieve back where Kangas leaves it for him. Here's Hess up the far side. 28 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Shakes off contact, but sent back down the ice by Essing. Make that Tony Moran, and he gets off for a change. So now Kenny up the far side for Hess. Caden Hess to the near side, finds Phil Feinberg. Feinberg cutting towards the net, leaves for Nuzzolillo. His shot blocked in front. 1 second, and now we're back to even strength. Fresh out of the box, Daryl Smith poked it ahead for Hamilton. Now below the goal line, Angelo Donzella scored a goal the last time these Sea Captains were in the Village. Here's Sava Makarenko, holds and fires, blocked by Kinney. He didn't know where it was, and now the rebound opportunity goes wide. Donzella given away to the Generals. Here comes Zotter with speed. Nolan Zotter, nice move to the outside. Poked off his stick. Sent up where Mac Reed can play it. Reed drops down the wall. Poked up top, Henry Wilson. Wilson, the long shot, looking for a tip in front. Didn't get one. And the puck goes to the far side for Donzella. Here's Makarenko. Sava Makarenko rings the puck around the wall. Mac Reed there for it for the Generals. Henry Wilson leaves it for Zotter. Now Davis Kinney. 7:10 remaining in this first period. Davis Kinney into the offensive zone. Ezra Janello along with you on Hockey TV. Generals and Sea Captains tied up at 0 apiece. In the top two teams in the division meeting together this Sunday afternoon. Puck goes down the ice for an icing with 6:53 to play in this first period. The Generals in first place, they have 60 points. Norwich in second at 41. A fairly large gap between the two teams, but one right behind the other. The 219s lead in for the draw. It's Michael Locke and Brian Essing. Won by the one wearing white, that's Locke. Though the Gens can't get it out. Now Locke blocks Essing's shot. Essing the second chance. Blocked in front by Brown. Rebound opportunity, and the net comes off. We'll get a whistle. .6:39 remaining in the first period. Jeds leading the shot department 9-5. And another draw on the far side. Now Sean Gorman will come on to take it. One back by Essing. Smith holds, fires, blocked down by Gorman. It goes into the corner. Now Mason Frere on the far side, looking for Gabe Campo. They can't get out of the zone. Brown has to go back for it. To the near side, no one home. Sean Loftus at the blue line. His shot blocked down by Campo. Loose at the side of the net and held on to by Kangas. So now John Decio will face off against Essing in the face-off circle. Near side this time And this time the Generals win it, though it's not cleared out of the zone. Loftus gloves it down, sent down the near side wall. Nice move by Begic, and a shot held onto by Kangas. The Sea Captains with some extended zone time, looking to break this scoreless tie. So head coach Daryl Locke will bring on his top unit. Two of the three of them representing the organization at the top prospects showcase. That's Kennedy and Nuzzolillo with Phil Feinberg. Face-off won by Kennedy. Owen Locke plays for Mike Arsenault. Now here's Feinberg far side for Kennedy. Braden Kennedy with speed near side. Kennedy holds on his forehand, loses possession. Norwich back the other way. That's Kinahan. Taken back by Northeast. Loftus controls. Looking for a D-to-D pass. It's stripped away by Kennedy. Now Feinberg shakes off a hit. Feinberg far side. Holds. Fires. Low far. Bad rebound. Comes up to the blue line. Here's Kennedy. Kennedy looking back door, still loose in front. Nuzzolillo there, he scores! Matthew Nuzzolillo. And the Generals lead 1-0. Let's take a look at it on the University Orthopedics replay. Just a loose puck in front. And Nuzzolillo there to bang it home. Gens lead 1-0. Michael Locke will take the ensuing draw. And now the officials go back and talk to the scorer's box. And we're ready to go. Hilton and Henry Wilson going at it with each other on the near side of the zone. And they're told to separate. Puck sent on to Kangas. He plays it for Mike Arsenault. Arsenault with the delayed offsides against Norwich. Sends it down the ice. Here's Caden Hess. He wraps it around the wall. Now the Gens switching up their units. And it's sent down on to Ian Kangas.
Generals goal scored by number 13, Matthew Nuzzolillo. Assisted by Phil Feinberg and Braden Kennedy. On the goal, 14:27 of the first period, Nuzzolillo from Feinberg and Kennedy.
So Kangas holds on for the stoppage. Face off inside the Gen zone. Zotter will take it across from Moran. One back by Moran. Now Makarenko. Can't keep it in the zone. Massengill has to send it back in. Here's Kinney. Up ahead for Gabe Capo. Capo up for Zotter. Zotter gets it deep into the zone. Back the other way coming Norwich, taken back by Mac Reed, up for Zotter. Gorman plays it on the near side, takes a big collision just in front of his opposing bench, and it's played back into the neutral zone. Massengill looking at his options, plays up the near side wall. Micaiah Bascom fresh on the ice, looking to keep it in, he does. Bascom cutting across to the far side. Holding, giving it to Kinney. Kinney absorbs contact. Loose puck in the slot. And it's sent back into the neutral zone. Now Mac Reed controls near side. Finds Bascom. Bascom weaving through traffic. It's sent back to the General's end where Mac Reed plays once more. 3.5 minutes remaining in this first period. Gens leading 1-0 over the Norwich Sea Captains. Matthew Nuzzolillo, his 28th goal of the season. He leads the NA3HL's East Division in points this year. And he adds another one. Gabe Vijuk ahead for Decio. Decio got a piece of it, so no icing. Back behind his net is Sean Loftus to play it up the near side. Up to Guy. Guy looking for Goodman. Goodman absorbs a body check. Nuzzolillo sends it back in. Now Phil Feinberg to Braden Kennedy. Kennedy Getting pressured by Daryl Smith. Now Nuzzolillo on the near side. Matthew Nuzzolillo looking for Kennedy in front. Kennedy turns and fires. Rebound loose in front. Still loose a puck. And Matthew Nuzzolillo taps it wide. The defense was trying to get Pellerito to cover it, but Pellerito wasn't paying attention to what his defense was trying to do. Here's Nuzzolillo. Up towards Feinberg. Feinberg curling around. Taken by Kennedy. Braden Kennedy. Backhand try. Goes off the crossbar and into the corner. Here's Kennedy. Braden Kennedy played in front. Guy takes it. Sends it up to the blue line. Carpati keeps it in. Long shot from Carpati. Gets blocked. And Owen Locke, who was in the neutral zone, couldn't keep it in. He sends it back in on net where it's played by Pellerito. He leaves it for the defenseman Jimmy McManus, the extra defenseman today for the Sea Captains. Here's Wilson for Arsenault. Arsenault, the shot, bouncing puck, held on to for the stoppage. Face off on the near side of the Sea Captains zone. Won by Michael Locke up towards the blue line and sent deeper into the Norwich end. Back the other way, coming now, Jacob Begich. Begich, backhand try over top of Ian Kangas. Two Sea Captains collide. That was Begich and his wingerman in Jack Kinahan. Nessing drops down, make that Tony Moran. Sends it back in. Now Begich working. Has it, fires, he scores! Jacob Begich ties the game up with 1:14 remaining in the opening period. Their ninth shot of the game finds the back of the net. And it's 1-1. Norwich ties it up. Jacob Begich with the goal. Take one quick look at it on the University Orthopedics replay. Oh, not quite. That's the wrong camera angle. And we'll get the official goal announcement in a moment. But what matters is it's 1-1 with just about a minute remaining in this first period.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute.
Gorman, backdoor for Zotter. The two can't connect. Now in the near side corner. Pushed up top, Mac Reed sends it down low.
Sea Captain goal, his ninth of the season. Scored by number 12, Jacob Begich. Assisted by Brian Essing. Begich from Essing at 18:48 of the first period.
Up the near side, Mac Reed knocks it down, keeps it in. Plays it out of play into the netting. And so the face-off. We'll see if it goes into the neutral zone. It should, and it will with 27 seconds remaining in this first period. The face-off in the neutral zone for Braden Kennedy. He pushed it forward, but Norwich controls off of it. It's picked up by Tegan Beer. Beer sends it in onto Kangas, and Kangas will hold on. And the Sea Captains will get a late offensive zone face-off, 18 seconds exactly showing on the clock. Begich will take it again, make that Tegan Beer. One back, held on to by Holton, kept in by Hayden. Now here comes Phil Feinberg. Feinberg with a burst of speed to the far side. Given away to Hilton with 6 seconds showing on the board. Davis Kinney controls by his bench. And that's pretty much going to do it for the first period. Olshan and Kennedy in the face-off circle to start the second. Generals will go left to right across your screen. In this middle stanza, we're underway. Face-off one back by Kennedy. Mac Reed plays to the far side for Matthew Nuzzolillo. Played back to the neutral zone, and now giving chase is Phil Feinberg. Delayed off sides, so he had to backtrack on his forechecking efforts, but Nuzzolillo nonetheless regains possession for the Gens. Braden Kennedy now Far side of the neutral zone, met quickly there by a C captain. That was Sean Loftus. Now the puck goes off the glass on the far side, not out of the zone though. Here's Davis Kinney off the near side wall. Picked back up by the defenseman Daryl Smith. Loftus in his own zone plays up the ice for Olshan. Here's Feinberg. Feinberg chips and chases. Smith sends it back the other way. Big collision just in front of us on the near side of the neutral zone. Mac Reed leaves it off for Davis Kinney. Kinney up the near side. Phil Feinberg. Backdoor. Matthew Nuzzolillo alone. A shot he saved made by the netminder Brendan Pellerito. Let's take a look at it on the University Orthopedics replay. Very quickly, great opportunity for the Gens and Nuzzolillo, but Pellerito getting in the way and shutting it down. Face-off won by the Gens. It goes straight to the near side corner, up to the blue line, Mike Arsenault. Arsenault sends it back in. And Henry Wilson sends it in farther. Norwich looking to break out of their own, and they do for the moment. Sending it out of the zone was Tony Moran. The laid-off sides gives Moran a time to get set up. Back into the offensive end coming Norwich, their first real opportunity of this second period. Henry Wilson on with Owen Locke, Michael Locke, Mike Arsenault, and Caden Hess. Shot blocked by Wilson, kicked ahead towards Hess. Now Hess will take it, leaves it for Wilson. Into the offensive zone, Henry Wilson to the near side corner. Lays a hit onto Tim Hayden. Played around Nolan Zotter now. Zotter keeps it in the zone. He's pressured by Essing. Here's Wilson, a shot save made in the glove by Pellerito. Just over 2 minutes gone in this second period. 17:55 showing on the board. Zotter will take the draw on the far side of the Norwich zone, though it's won back by his counterpart, Tegan Beer. In the near side corner now. Pushed up, Carpati, long shot blocked down by Beer. Tim Hayden behind the net. Plays in the corner, reverses it to his defensive partner in Mazur. And it's played up the near side, picked up by the forward Carson Dutcher. And Ian King is out of his crease to stop it. Mazur turns and fires onto Kangas. It goes off the side of the cage. And now Gabe Campos sends into the slot. Gens can't get it out. Tegan Beer sends it back in. Now here's Capo once more for Zotter. Nolan Zotter leaves it off for Gabe Capo. Capo shaking off some body contact. Keeps possession. Backhand shot. Save made by the netminder. Delayed penalty. Capo went down behind the net. Interference, the call. Tim Hayden, the guilty party. Let's take a look at it on the University Orthopedics replay. A good opportunity for the Generals. And then you just don't see it right underneath of the camera. But the Gens will go on the penalty kill, rather. Gens short-handed. It's Sean Gorman, 2 minutes for interference. The penalty goes up on the board. And we're just about ready to go. Face off inside the Gens zone. Won by the Gens and sent down the ice by Phil Feinberg. Here's Matthew Nuzzolillo on a break, working one-on-one. Nuzzolillo, a shot goes high and wide of the cage. And it's back to the Generals' possession.
Generals penalty number 21, Sean Gorman. 2-minute minor for interference. From the bounty, 2:54 of the second period. Gorman, 2 minutes for interference at 2:54.
So Gens send back to the Norwich zone. The Sea Captains, a little bit of struggle getting back into the offensive end on this power play. 40 seconds gone off of it. Davis Kinney sends it just on net, where Pellerito has to turn it aside. On the far side half wall, it's picked back up by Begic. Played to the near side, Essing on the wall, wraps it around. Up towards the blue line, taken back by Wilson. Here come the Gens 2-on-2. Kinney leads the rush. He's got Phil Feinberg. Kinney curls back up the near side wall, pushes it down low. Wilson gives chase onto the defenseman Mazenjo. Mazenjo falls to the ice. Moran comes in to help out, make that rather Jack Kinahan. And now it's controlled by Moran. Moran up the far side, given away to the Gens, Michael Locke. Locke, far side, backhand pass to Kennedy. Goes off of the defenseman Mazenjo. And the other way coming now, Begich. Begich scored the Sea Captain's goal in the first period. On his back end, just in front of his bench. Now here comes Kennedy. On sides, Braden Kennedy racing for possession behind the goal line. Great hit by Braden Kennedy. On a Sea Captain now is Begich. Make that not Begich, but Brian Essing, who's feeling it now. Here comes Donzella. Nice move to the far side. Donzella to Essing, near side. Hamilton, a shot goes wide. Back to even strength. Here comes Nolan Zotter. Zotter through the middle of the ice, working 1-on-3. Is taken back by Caden Hess. Hess with Owen Locke and Zotter in the area, though the puck goes with Sava Makarenko. John Decio tried laying a hit on the tall forward wearing red. And the Gens now go on the forecheck. Just over 5 minutes gone. Here's Zotter. Zotter makes a move. Makarenko comes in for possession. It's cleared out of play. And the faceoff will stay inside the Norwich zone. Just do it just in case. So Bascom will take the draw. He's got Decio and Vijuk both loaded up on the inside in the offensive zone. He pushed it forward into the glove of Pellerito, and we'll do it again. This time the Sea Captains can change lines. Bascom will take it again. Decio and Vijuk again load up the inside. Bascom will face off against Quinton Olshan. Owen Locke lined up in the trigger spot on the outside. Vijuk chases to the near side corner off the draw. He goes in the boards with Tim Hayden. Battle for possession. Vijuk pushes it back down into the corner. Hayden comes away with it. Absorbs a hit from Bascom. Now coming the other way is Goodman. Goodman ahead. He was intended for Guy, but here comes Vijuk. Vijuk chips it into the offensive end. It's turned aside by Pellerito. Tim Hayden in the corner alongside Mitchell Goodman. Now Owen Locke, a shot blocked by Olshan. And the faceoff will stay inside the offensive zone for the Gens. Shots now 20-10. Make it 21-10 in favor of Northeast. Though we're still tied up at 1 apiece here at the Village. Thanks for tuning in on this Sunday afternoon. Hockey TV, Northeast Generals NA3HL action. They take on the Norwich Sea Captains. Braden Kennedy on the ice for the draw now for the Gens, though it's won by his counterpart wearing red. That's Tegan Beard. Cleared into the neutral zone now to the Generals' way of the ice. Carpati up for Kennedy. Off the wall to Feinberg. And into the offensive zone. Kennedy knocked it down and tried setting it deep. He wasn't able to. Beard sends it where Brown can play it in his own zone. Now here's Dutcher. Carson Dutcher kicks it ahead. Brown, the near side corner, wraps it around for Nuzzolillo. Matthew Nuzzolillo clears it to the neutral zone. Tegan Beard waiting for it. Sends it back in. Sea Captains get back on sides. Now Logan Brown ahead Carpati for Phil Feinberg. Feinberg, nice move to get into the offensive zone, though he couldn't keep a handle on the puck, and he gets sent back down towards Logan Brown. Across the way, Carpati, long shot, more than half the ice. Rebound goes to Feinberg in the near side corner. Feinberg in the slot, Gorman a try, and Tony Moran got in the way of it. So now Carpati leaves for Gorman to chase. Sea Captains in the midst of a line change. Nolan Zotter fresh on the ice. Makes his way into the offensive end. Leaves for Gabe Capo. Capo a try. Blocker save made. Gorman finds it on the far side. Carpati was going off for a change. Didn't realize the puck was right there. So a slap shot from Kinahan. Turned aside by Ian Kangas. Here's Nuzzolillo. Matthew Nuzzolillo, far side, holds on his forehand, the left-handed shot. Got it taken off his stick, and now Mac Reed has to chase it back. Here comes an opportunity. Begic, a shot, save made by Kangas on the good opportunity. And the puck goes back to the neutral zone. Daryl Smith to regroup. Smith, cross-ice stump. Mac Reed waiting there for it for the Generals. Absorbs body contact by Brian Essing, taken back by Gorman. Here comes Sean Gorman, an alternate captain for the Gens. He gains the red line and will get off for a change. All three forwards get off for the Generals. The Sea Captains look to start their breakout opportunity. 11:50 showing on the board. Mac Reed sends it back in. Michael Locke falling to the ice, throws a shot on net that gets blocked down by Loftus and sent down the ice for an icing. Let's take a look, though, at our University Orthopedics replay and that opportunity for Jacob Begic. She got a step on the Generals' defense, and Ian Kangas closed his legs and said no thank you. And a great heads-up play, by the way, by Davis Kinney to send that puck into the corner right off of it. Michael Locke pushes the face-off forward with no Norwich defenseman in the corner. Here's Wilson, a try. Shoulder save made by the netminder in red. That's Pellerito. Now Loftus ahead, taken back by Caden Hess. Hess, far side wall to Locke in front. Poked for Wilson, but it goes the way of Brian Essing and cleared down the ice. Norwich, a much-needed line change. But now the Gens send down. Here's Michael Locke in front. Oh, for Henry Wilson. He was there, but he couldn't catch the pass. Now a long shot from Arsenault, blocker to side. Wilson finds it in the slot on his forehand. Curls back up towards the blue line. Back across for Mike Arsenault. Arsenault, the defenseman, down in the corner of the opposition's end. While Makarenko can't clear it out. Good stick by Henry Wilson. And now here comes Hamilton. He goes down to the ice. Nothing from the official. Gens can't attack yet, delayed off sides. John Decio and Caden Hess have to get back on while Norwich makes their way up the ice. There's Hamilton. Near side corner, Hamilton throws a puck in front. It goes all the way to the far side where Mazur controls. His shot blocked down by Vijuk. Up towards the blue line for Donzella. Down for Makarenko. Absorbs a hit from Decio. Now Donzella watches as Christoph Karpati will move his feet up the ice with possession. Karpati sends it in on to Pellerito. He leaves it for Mazur. Mazur back with it behind his own net. Halfway through this contest. 10 minutes remaining in the second period. Hayden, near side corner, up the ice. Here's Donzella. Donzella with Hamilton and Guy on that far side. Taken back by Phil Feinberg. Pushed down into the corner behind the net. Henry Wilson there for the Generals. Clears it up for Caden Hess. Hess looking for Decio. Not able to connect. Make that Karpati. That wasn't Wilson. But here comes Braden Kennedy. Here's Tony Moran behind his net. Looking to create separation from Kennedy. Up the near side and into the neutral zone. Karpati sends it back into the cross-ice stump. Nuzzolillo leaves it alone. Offside's called. The faceoff's going to go all the way down to the General zone. 9:15 remaining in the second period. So Kennedy will take it against Olshan, the team's starting lineups on the ice. One back by Kennedy to the near side for Feinberg. Off the wall to Nuzzolillo. Nuzzolillo and Kennedy bunched up. Neither of them got possession, so Nuzzy just has to push it into the offensive zone. Back in front to the slot for Braden Kennedy. Dropping down was Feinberg and Karpati as well. Now Guy loses it to Karpati. Nuzzolillo far side, pushes ahead. Icing waved off. The netminder Pellerito came out for it. Dangerous play. Braden Kennedy recognized the opportunity and jumped up into it. Battle for possession in the near side corner. Two Gens, two Sea Captains. It goes the way of Norwich to the far side corner where Tony Moran controls. Moran absorbed a big hit on that far side. Slow to get up to his feet, and now Pellerito holds on for the stoppage. 8:18 to go in this second period. Still a 1-1 game here on Hockey TV. The Gens and Norwich Sea Captains NA3HL hockey. The NA team split a midweek set with the Philadelphia Rebels Thursday and Friday. They picked up the commanding 9-1 win on Thursday. And then Friday, it was an overtime, I believe, 5-4 win for Philadelphia. Stoppage of play as the puck goes into the netting off the save. The NAHL Gens will be back in action next week on Friday and Saturday. They're on the road in Maryland. Then the NA3 Gens back here on Sunday to take on these very Sea Captains for another Sunday matchup against Norwich. Monk dips down. Davis Kinney on the near side wall finds Nolan Zotter. Zotter in front. Capo there. Rebound opportunity. Turned aside. Gorman scores! Sean Gorman. And the Generals take a 2-1 lead. Let's take a look at it on the University Orthopedics replay. It was loose in front. Gorman comes in, and it just trickles off the shoulder of the netminder and into the back of the net. So the Generals take a 1-goal lead. Here's Henry Wilson into the offensive zone. 7:40 to play in this second period. And now we get a penalty on the Generals.
Generals goal scored by number 21, Sean Gorman. Assisted by Gabe Capo and Nolan Zotter. Time to goal 12:15 of the second period. Gorman from Capo and Zotter at 12:15.
So the Sea Captains on the power play. Henry Wilson sits 2 minutes for roughing. And the Sea Captains, again, struggling to get back into the offensive zone.
Generals penalty to number 23, Henry Wilson. 2-minute minor for roughing. Wilson, 2 minutes for roughing at 12:17 of the second period.
So a save made by Kangas, now near side. Hayden, the shot, redirected. Turned aside by the Gens netminder. Essing a try, he scores! A power play goal for the Sea Captains. And this game is tied up at 2. Let's take a look at it on the University Orthopedics replay. Kangas made the initial save. And then a great pass from behind the net. I believe that's Jacob Begich. It is. And he finds the back of the net. Brian Essing does. And this game is tied back up at 2. Generals back the other way in the offensive zone, back to 5-on-5 even strength with 6:40 remaining in this second period.
Sea Captains goals for number 19, Brian Essing. Assisted by Tim Hayden and Jacob Begich. Essing is 14th of the season from Hayden and Begich on the power play at 13:13 of the second period.
So icing called against the Sea Captains. Gens will get an offensive zone draw out of it. Pushed forward. Tim Hayden now involved in the goal. Got the primary assist. Up ahead for Matthew Nuzzolillo. Nuzzolillo far side. Backhands it looking for Kennedy. He gets sent down up the wall. Here's Kennedy again. Backdoor for Feinberg. It goes off of Nuzzolillo's stick and down into the corner. Broken stick on the ice. A little bit of debris. It belongs to a Sea Captain, I believe. Well, I don't see a player with no stick in their hands, so it happened earlier in the shift. And now Mazur has to go back to his own zone for possession. Hamilton chips it in. Christoph Karpati in the area for the Generals. Not allowing Norwich into the offensive end. Karpati back for Brown, now up for Kennedy. Great passing play by the Gens on the regroup as the netminder, Pellerito, is forced to play the puck up the near side wall. Here comes Mazur over the red line, now the blue line. His shot redirected, doesn't get its way to Ian Kingus. To the far side goes Henry Wilson. Wilson ahead for Feinberg. Feinberg with speed, far side, holds and fires. Save made with the shoulder of Pellerito. Michael Locke, fresh on the ice, finds it on the far side wall. Locke can't tap it ahead. Sava Makarenko couldn't clear the zone. Davis Kinney kept it, kicks it to his stick. A shot on net, still loose in front. Everybody's banging for it, but no one's going to get it. With 4:55 remaining in this second period, let's take a look at it on the University Orthopedics replay. A good opportunity for the Generals. And the puck was loose in front, but Pellerito doing a good job of taking away the entirety of the bottom of the net and holding on for the stoppage. 4:55 remaining in this second period. Offensive zone draw for the Generals. Lofton behind the net. Taken back by Michael Locke up top. Reed to Kinney now. Kinney holds, fires, top of the net. Great save made by Pellerito. Back the other way, coming Norwich. Jacob Wilson had lost his stick. Now he picks it back up. .421 remaining in this second period. Near side, Reed for Zotter. Here comes Zotter with space. Nolan Zotter holds, throws it in front for Hess. It goes all the way across the ice. Zotter tendered to the NAHL Gens earlier this season. Launches a shot from Davis Kinney that gets held onto. .405 remaining in the second. Zotter will take the draw. He stands across from Tegan Beer. Beer wins it, and Norwich gets it down the ice. That's Carson Dutcher doing the honors. Now played ahead for Sean Gorman. Gorman, the latest general goal scorer, his 10th of the season, while Kangas turns the puck aside. Gorman chases on the forecheck alongside Gabe Capo. To the near side corner it comes. Nolan Zotter drops down. Back into the corner. Capo below the goal line. Helps Zotter. Beer in there alongside Tony Moran for Norwich. Now Gorman in the area as well. Mazengil supporting. Capo backs out. Two Gens, two Sea Captains. Capo and Mazengil, the close support. A Sea Captain goes down. And Norwich is going to go on the power play. It's Sean Gorman who's going to sit 2 minutes. Sean Gorman, 2 minutes for tripping with 3:20 to go in the second period. And Norwich, fresh off a power play goal, will go back on the man advantage. Face off, one back by the Generals. Mike Arsenault sends it down the ice. And it's picked back up in the neutral zone.
Generals penalty. Generals penalty number 21, Sean Gorman. 2-minute minor for tripping. Penalty 16:41 of the second period. Gorman, 2 minutes for tripping at 16:41.
Here come the Sea Captains, far side Begich. 2 points today on 2 goals for the Sea Captains, a goal and an assist. Mazur keeps it in, down to Begich. Begich holds, looking at his options. Already 35 seconds gone on this power play. Into the far side corner it goes. That's Mike Arsenault doing a good job of pinning it against the wall. Now here comes Logan Wilson up to the blue line. Begatry finds it, a shot on net, turned aside and held onto by Ian Kangas. And now some extra activity, a delayed penalty, and we'll see who's going to the box. The arm of the official went up. I believe it's going to be Owen Locke. It is. So the Sea Captains will get 1 minute and 5 seconds of 5-on-3 power play time. Owen Locke sits 2 minutes for roughing. Matthew Nuzzolillo goes over to the official looking for his explanation. The captain of the Gens. Faceoff will be on the near side of the Gens zone. With, again, 2:25 remaining in the period. 1:05 remaining on the initial penalty to Sean Gorman. Moran to Kinahan far side, up to Moran at the blue line. He walks, holds, finds Brian Essing. Middle of the blue line, a shot goes wide. Pushed up the wall. Essing, curling, leaves for Kinahan.
Generals penalty number 2, Owen Locke. 2-minute minor for slashing. On the penalty 17:35 of the second period. Locke, 2 minutes for slashing at 17:35.
So the Sea Captains back in the zone just for the moment. Matthew Nuzzolillo muscling the puck all the way down the ice. Still 13 seconds before we get back to 5-on-4 hockey. Gens have Reed with Kinney and Feinberg on the ice. So Sean Gorman goes straight onto the ice for the kill. Still 52 seconds before we get to even strength. Donzella can't catch the pass. Makarenko does. Finds Tim Hayden across the way. Donzella near side. Makarenko couldn't pull the trigger. It's found by Feinberg and sent down the ice. 1:02 remaining in the period.
1 minute to play in the second period. 1 minute.
And 30 seconds still on the Gens penalty. Near side Mazur. Mazur holds, fires. Blocker save made by Ian Kangas. And the puck goes out of play. 47 seconds to play in the period. 34-20. The shots in favor of the Generals. Although we were starting this period tied up at 1. And we find ourselves in the final minute of it tied up at 2. Faceoff will be on the near side of the Gens zone. Again, 47 seconds in the period, 23 of them Gens will be shorthanded for. Faceoff won by Norwich. Wilson couldn't get it out of the zone. Now Feinberg doing his best to. He does, 2-on-1. Wilson on his knees, regains his feet, couldn't pull the trigger. Oh, that would have been a beautiful goal had Wilson been able to stand back up and just fire the shot. I think I said Logan Wilson earlier. It's Henry Wilson. With 25 seconds remaining in the period, back to even strength. Michael Locke on with Nolan Zotter and Henry Wilson. Puck comes up the near side. 15 seconds. It's sent back in by Mike Arsenault. Down to 10 seconds on the clock. Kept in by Arsenault. Time for one more opportunity. 7 seconds in front. They score! The Generals take the lead. With 2.9 seconds showing on the board. It's a 3-2 game. Michael Locke. Let's take a look at it on the University Orthopedics replay. Just got a piece of it in front. That might get changed to Arsenault's goal. But for now, it belongs to Michael Locke. With 2.9 seconds remaining in the second, the Gens now lead it 3-2. So we're ready to go. Norwich wins the ensuing draw. And that pretty much just does it for the second. Kennedy and Feinberg up front. Reed and Kinney on the back end. We're underway in this third period. Nuzzolillo chases on the first face-off of the frame. Gens now going right to left across your screen. as Goodman sends back into the Gen zone behind Ian Kangas. The Gens scored with 2 seconds remaining in that second period. 2.9 seconds showing on the clock. The netminder, Brendan Pellerito, was very aggravated with the team in front of him, screaming unhappiness that the goal was scored with 2 seconds remaining. Shot from Kinney gets blocked in front, cleared down the ice. And it goes all the way down for an icing. So 19:14 remaining in this third period, just 16 seconds in, or rather 46 seconds into it. Shot gets redirected wide. Puck goes back into the Norwich zone. And Ian Kangas forced to make a save. .18:44 remaining in this third period. Face off inside the Gen zone. Essing with Kinahan and Begic. Begic has 2 points on the 2 Sea Captains goals. They're up front. Mazur and Hayden are on the blue line. Gorman chases to the near side wall. He's got a goal this game, his 10th of this season. A couple of penalties to go along with it too. And he won a bet against me last night in the Eagles-Giants game. Here comes Zotter. Zotter on his backhand, far side. Cuts to the near side corner, up to the blue line for Carpati. Carpati sends in. Nolan Zotter chases in the corner, down for Capo. Capo on the far side. Pressured by Hayden. Gorman comes in to help out. Zotter plays to the near side corner. And it goes back down to the Gens end of the ice, and Ian King is forced to hold on. 3 minutes and a second into this third period. So the faceoff will come to the near side of the Gen zone. Beer leans in across from Nolan Zotter. Won by Beer, although it might have been won by Zotter. It went to the half wall. And back to the neutral zone, Davis Kinney to the near side for Capo. Far side, John Decio. Sean Gorman gives chase. Rather, he'll send it in and get off for a change. Decio giving chase. Hilton the near side, absorbs a hit from Vijuk. Now down below the goal line. Decio to the far side, taking a Sea Captain to the boards with him. Kept in by Kinney, now near side Reed. Reed holds, sends back into the corner. Bascom back up top to Reed. He holds, walks, holds again, fires to Reed across the blue line. Mac Reed drops down. Tuffing will try blocker save. Rebound loose at the side of the net. And it comes back to the far side where Vijuk plays it. He's pressured by Tegan Beer. Bascom drops down, plays to the blue line. Near side to Reed now. Reed toe drag, makes a guy fall, fires a shot. Rebound loose. Oh, swinging at it was Vijuk and he missed it. A good opportunity for the Gens to extend their lead to 2. Up top to Reed. Across the way to Kinney. Kinney cuts towards the inside. Now to Reed. Reed moving back up the wall. Back down to Bascom. To Vijuk now back up to Reed. Reed to Vijuk. Makes a move. Fires a shot. And it's held on to by the netminder, Pellerito. .16:10 to go in this third period. Ezra Janello along with you on Hockey TV. No action midweek this week for the Gens. Friday and Saturday, the NA team will be on the road in Maryland, their first trip to visit the Black Bears this season. The Black Bears have been up here in a weekend that saw the Gens pick up the weekend sweep. Then on Sunday, these two teams, the Gens and Sea Captains NA3 teams, will go at it right here at the Village. Another Sunday matchup that you can catch on Hockey TV. Battle for possession in the near side corner. Poke towards the outside, Nezzolillo turning and firing. Donzella goes to the far side for it. Now Mike Arsenault. Arsenault sends back in. And Nezzolillo gives chase. Nezzolillo with Kennedy and Feinberg for today's game. Feinberg back at the Village, his first game since being a member of the Gens NA team. Carries puck into the offensive zone. Fires a shot on net, turned aside by Pellerito. Refound by Kennedy and pushed lower into the corner. Here's Henry Wilson walking to the near side for Mike Arsenault. Arsenault gloved down by Guy. Guy will chip it off the near side wall, trying to get around Wilson. He's not able to. Wilson might go to the box here, and he will. It's going to be interference. Now Wilson goes down in the corner in a heap. He took a hit from his namesake in Goodman. Puck goes down below the goal line. Arsenault drops down for it. Touches up, and some extra activity in the corner will get sorted out by the officials. So Henry Wilson will sit 2 minutes for interference. 14:30 remaining in this third period. Norwich has a power play goal today, looking to add another one. Moran, middle of the blue line, is shot blocked by Michael Locke. He's feeling it. Gets back up and joins the penalty kill effort. Puck goes down into the Norwich zone. And back into the Generals' end of the ice. Far side, met by Kinney. To the near side it comes. Sean Gorman there, and it's sent back up the ice.
Generals penalty to number 23, Henry Wilson. 2 minutes for interference. On the penalty, 5:33 of the third period. Wilson, 2 minutes for interference at 5:33.
Gorman back to Kinney. Kinney sends it down the ice. And no icing as the Gens are still killing off a penalty. 59 seconds remaining on the kill. Tim Hayden will leave the security of his own net. Now Nezzolillo knocked down his pass, but coming in for it, Jack Kinahan takes it up the ice. Kinahan trying to get around Arsenault is unable to. So Norwich has to try once more. Mazur make that Mazengil on the near side of his own zone up towards Brian Essing. Essing a goal today, leaves off for Mazur. Mazur to the near side, taken away by Arsenault. Arsenault holds, fires. Pad save made. Arsenault refines it on the near side corner. 20 seconds till the Gens are back to full strength. 12:45 remaining in this third and final period of regulation. 1 goal game. It's been back and forth all game long. Every time the Gens have scored, the Sea Captains have answered. The Gens holding on to the 1-goal, 3-2 lead in the late stages of this game. Mazur plays up to the far side. Makarenko to Beer, near side now. Logan Brown leaves for Owen Locke across the way. Phil Feinberg. Feinberg for Brown. Brown ahead. Holds in front for Feinberg. Only one there is a Sea Captain. Here comes Beer. Beer on a 2-on-1. Throws it and Kangas holds on. So 11:54 to go in the third period. 5-on-5 even strength. Gens leading 3-2 over the Sea Captains. Deegan Beer will lean in for the draw, his numbers sake, and Braden Kennedy leans in against him. One back by Beer to Loftus. His shot blocked by Brown. Brown goes down in front of the net. Beer in the corner, absorbs contact from Brown. Now a turning shot. It's turned aside by Kangas, and it goes out of play. Great effort by Carson Dutcher, absorbing the contact, falling to the ice, but still getting his shot off on net. The Gents leading the shot department 40-23 with still 11 and a half minutes to go. Beer wins another face-off back. It's controlled by McManus. Played into the corner. The horn had gone, not the stadium horn, but the goal horn for the Generals. And quickly shut back off. Hilton near side of his own zone. Over the red line. Pinched off by Carpati. Gets off for a change. Mac Reed plays to the near side. The Jazz look to get up the ice. Kennedy looking for Feinberg. He does. Nice spin move. That was Mason Frary, actually, who found Phil Feinberg. Now Feinberg on the near side corner of the Norwich zone. Up to the blue line. Wilson touches it to Reed. Reed sends it back down low. Now Mazenjo trying to clear the zone. Unable to. It goes to the corner again for Feinberg. Phil Feinberg taken by Braden Kennedy to Reed. Back to Kennedy into the slot. And it goes into the neutral zone. 10.5 minutes remaining in this third period. Neutral zone collision on Henry Wilson. He wanted an interference call as he didn't touch the puck, but he won't get one. Side of the net, there's another hit. That's Henry Wilson laying one onto the defenseman, Tony Moran. Henry Wilson, a physical player for the Generals. 6 foot, even 170. Not the biggest body, but uses all of it. Offsides is Michael Locke. He gets back on with 9:57 to go in this third period. Far side of the ice. Jack Kinahan looking to clear his end. He's unable to. It's sent back in. Here's Wilson. Up ahead for the defenseman, Mac Reed. Reed absorbs some contact, sends it back in for Nolan Zotter. Zotter with Hess. Hess, a shot held on to by Pellerito. Zotter will take the draw. Gorman lines up behind him, the left-handed shot. Though it's one to the inside by Norwich, and Begich trying to get around Kinney. Doesn't do so effectively, falls down to the ice. Gorman to the near side for Reed. Pushed back below his goal line. Now Gorman can't keep possession. Turning and firing was Kinahan. He fell over as he fired the shot. And then Kangas turned aside the second chance opportunity. I got to tell you, these Norwich jerseys, the Sea Captains jerseys, these red ones are very nice. Very similar to Chicago Blackhawks jerseys, but not exactly the same. Red with white and blue trim to go along with the blue helmets, gloves, and pants. It's a good look for the Sea Captains, but they trail 3-2 with 8:58 to go in this third period. Bascom leans in for the draw. Bascom with Decio and Vijuk. Owen Locke and Mike Arsenault on the blue line. Battle for possession. Goes the way of Norwich off the faceoff. Tim Hayden far side. Hayden moving away from danger, looking for Sava Makarenko. Makarenko couldn't catch it. Now Hamilton sends it in. Ian Kangas loses possession. Great readjustment by Kangas to get back into the crease and turn aside the opportunity. Back into the far side corner of the Gen zone it goes. Owen Locke there for it. Now Gabe Vijuk. Vijuk ahead. Bascom racing for possession. He gets tied up with Loftus, the defenseman. And it's controlled by the Generals, number 27. That's Mike Arsenault, 17. And King is forced to hold on after the turnover. Shots now 42-25 in favor of the Generals. 8:10 remaining in this third period. Kennedy on with Feinberg and Nuzzolillo. Won though by Essing and Norwich. Loftus sends it back in. Pinched off by Carpati. Here comes Nuzzolillo near side. With speed, cuts towards the outside into the corner. Throws it in front. Just a bit behind Kennedy. Now a hard shot from Carpati goes the other way. Begic leading the rush, working one-on-one on Brown. Brown blocks the shot. It's pushed back down below the goal line. Begic working for possession against Logan Brown. Carpati comes in to help out. Taken back by Braden Kennedy. Now Matthew Nuzzolillo. Chipped in the air. Mazengel goes to the far side for Hayden. Hit off possession by Phil Feinberg. Now Logan Brown curls up the far side wall. Brown leaves for Feinberg. Phil Feinberg to Christoph Carpati. Carpati with speed. Leaves it off. Kennedy holds. Nice move between his legs. He goes down to the ice. Flopping around. Gets back on sides. Now here's Reed for Kennedy. Tapped for Henry Wilson. Wilson cuts across the blue line. Down low for Hess. Near side. Kennedy, make that read. He couldn't catch the pass. Kennedy got off for a change. Reed had dropped down and taken his position. Here's Davis Kenny. Kenny stops behind his net, goes back to the far side for Hess. Hess's pass gets knocked away by Tegan Bayer and out of play. 6:34 to go in this third period. The goalies have been active and successful. Ian Kangas, who ranks very high in the NA3HL in a couple of stats, save percentage, wins, and goals against average, has 23 saves on 25 shots. He's representing the Generals organization and starting in goal for the East Division Top Prospects team at the NA3HL Top Prospects Showcase, February 6th and 7th out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'll be there alongside Zach McGinnis giving you all the action on Hockey TV. Kangas is joined by Nuzzolillo, Kennedy, Hess, and Reed, as well as head coach Darryl Locke, all representing the Generals organization and competing for the East Division team. Gabe Capo chases into the near side corner. Of course, all three Generals levels are represented at the tournament. The NAHL Gens represented in the NAHL Showcase by LaRusso, Andrechuk, and Freeberg. LaRusso, the NA's leading goal scorer. Andrechuk, the leading assister and point getter. This puck goes back into the General zone. And then the NAPHL sends a team to the NA3HL Showcase. And a player to be named later from the NAPHL Gens will represent the NAPHL team at the NA3HL Showcase. 5:21 remaining in the third period. Gens still leading 3-2. DCO leans in for the draw against Chris Hamilton. Won by Hamilton, a little bit of help from Donzella off the wing, coming in for possession. Now Vijuk trying to gain speed. Absorbs a body contact and gets it to the neutral zone. Puck played into the netting behind the net. And the faceoff will go all the way down. Gens bring on their top line for the offensive zone draw. Kennedy with Nuzzolillo and Feinberg. Owen Locke and Mike Arsenault on the blue line. Faceoff is on the far side of the Sea Captain zone, though now the official and linesmen discuss and they bring the faceoff to center ice. Canaris and Lennon, the two linesmen today, are both working their third games of the day. They had officiated together the Gens Academy 16s game at 11:30 and 18s game at 1:30. Ian King is behind the net. Lays it up the far side. Braden Kennedy now. Kennedy to Phil Feinberg. He lost it in his feet for the moment, but finds Matthew Nuzzolillo. Nuzzolillo holds. Toe drag. Backhand try. Blocker save made by the netminder. Now he'll hold on for the stoppage, and we'll take a look at the opportunity on our University Orthopedics replay. Very good opportunity. Feinberg finding Nuzzolillo. You do that, you got a good chance at getting an assist. Nuzzolillo leading the NA3HL's East Division in points. And he has a goal today, assisted by Phil Feinberg. Kennedy will take the draw. Nuzzolillo behind him. Nuzzolillo comes in for possession. Fires a shot on net that's turned aside. Kennedy drops down for it, throws it to the far side, though getting in the way of it was the defenseman wearing 27, Sean Loftus. Make that rather not the defenseman, but Carson Dutcher, and it's sent down onto Ian Kangas, who holds on for the whistle. .4:25 to play in this third and final period of regulation. Gens leading 3-2. Loftus to the far side. Here's Brian Essing. Now Logan Brown. Played around in the near side. Wilson gets it to the neutral zone. Just a couple inches in, though, before Loftus sends it back in. Around the way, Caden Hess lays down. Massengill fresh on the ice. Will get his feet moving through the neutral zone. Up to Kinahan. Kinahan across the way. Logan Brown now. Looking for Kennedy. It goes down where it's played by Jimmy McManus. Caden Hess backhands it off the glass. That was a hard backhand by Caden Hess. It almost went for an icing, but picked up by a C captain before it could cross the goal line. Wilson touches ahead for Zotter. Zotter trying to get around Massengill. He does. Fires a shot. Blocker save. Back up the near side wall. Zotter leaves for Carpati. It's sent back in. Now Massengill plays to the near side. Zotter there for the Generals. Fans on the shot. It comes up the wall. Kinahan gets it down the ice. Dutcher giving chase. He's met quickly by Mac Reed. Massengill back in his own zone. Under 3 minutes to play in this third period. Hilton, far side. Crosses over the blue line. Throws it to the near side wall. Down at the hash marks. Hilton, a long shot. Glove down by Kinney. Now Hayden sends it back in. Kangas out of his crease to play it. Reed goes to the far side. Here's Gabe Capo. Can't get it out of the zone. Good opportunity for Goodman, though he falls to the ice, and the other way goes Capo. Capo shifts it into the offensive zone. Gorman, the first one there, leaves for Capo. Up the near side wall towards Reed, though it's taken back by Hilton and Norwich. Hilton, long slap shot, blocker to side by the Gens netminder. The 27th shot of the game for the Sea Captains. Make it the 28th shot of the game for the Sea Captains. We take down towards 2 minutes remaining. Still a one-goal game, though the energy is almost dissipated here at the Village. DCO on his backhand, throws in front, taken away by Tim Hayden. Weinberg was there, but went crashing into the netminder. Nuzzolillo with Feinberg, and now Braden Kennedy on the ice. Feinberg trying to squeeze past some players. Unable to. Now the Gens get it deeper into the zone. Nuzzolillo behind the net, pressured by Olshan. Feinberg takes a hit, falls to the ice. unable to get back up. Has Mazur all over him. Now he does. Jen's content with leaving the puck on the wall as we tick down towards a minute remaining in this third period. Now going down is Feinberg. No call from the official. The arms of the fans going up in the air.
1 minute to play in the third period. 1 minute.
Good opportunity for Kennedy that goes just wide. 52 seconds remaining in this third period. Kennedy goes down in the corner. Kinney controls in the neutral zone. 43 seconds. Henry Wilson chasing to the near side wall of the neutral zone. Puck gets chipped ahead for Begic. Begic enters the offensive zone. Loses it to Feinberg. Feinberg off the wall to the neutral zone. Jet Kinahan fresh on the ice. Loses possession. There for it was Feinberg again. Empty net. 6-on-5 with 20 seconds to go. Nice move by Essing. Essing up to the blue line. Long shot. Goes wide. Essing finds it once more. 10 seconds on the clock. Begic far side. Taken by Feinberg. Phil Feinberg fans on the empty net shot from the red line. Just backhands it in the air. And he scores! The goal counts. And the